summary of 3 things that I think are very important in change. One, of course, to want to change, and motivation. Be careful how we assume that people are or not motivated to change. Because if you ask people, you want to change, some people say no. But they may not be answering, I don't want to change. They may be answering, I don't think I can. And it's very hard to separate those two. And so the first one is, do you want to change? Sometimes, how do you figure out if people would want to change? Sometimes you ask, and people will tell you, I wish I never started. And if I had a person I really love, I wouldn't want them to do what I'm doing. Well, that to me, that it means you would like to change. Now, the second piece is, do you think you can? Do you think you can change? And do you think you can change now? Again, if you just ask, what would you like? Sometimes I talk to coaches and athletes, and if I ask, coaches say, oh, this athlete is not motivated. Okay? Or they'll say, he's very motivated, but he's not working hard. Okay? If you ask, would you like to go to the Olympics? Well, okay. Are you willing to do what it takes to go to the Olympics? Oh, wait a minute. You've been training how many hours? Oh, no. I want to go to the Olympics, but I don't want to have to. It's like, do you want to go to heaven? Yes, but I don't want to die. Okay? So not right now. And we have many examples. Okay? Do you want to be thinner? Oh, yeah. Now ask me if I want to stop eating potato chips. The answer is no. So I don't want it that much. I want the potato chips more. Okay? So, but motivation, in many instances, people would want to change. In many times, they don't think they can. A lot of times, people are very afraid of failure. And particularly people who have a history. And frankly, with substance abuse, that is the history of the treatment. People go through many rounds until finally it sticks, in general. So people perceive that they have a long history of failure. And some people are very afraid of failing again. They get their hopes up, they get other people's hopes up, and then they don't do it, and they feel, oh, I've let these people down, I've let myself down, not worth it. And so what you see and you think is lack of motivation many times is lack of confidence in the capacity to do it. And that's when this transfer, if you have these skills that allow you to go running when you don't feel like it, and when it's very cold and very uncomfortable, and push yourself and go and compete, all of those skills, if you use them in another area, could they be helpful? And to me, that's what we're talking about. And it's just making the connection. They'll say, well, it's easy. Easy? Ask me if it's easy to go running at 5 o'clock in the morning, and I'll tell you it's not. It's very hard. So people discount the things that they can do. Since I can do this, it must be easy. Well, let's be fair. If you can do it, you can do it. It's a strength. And if this one you cannot do, this is an area that you need to work. Can we combine those? Can we use them? So, motivation, belief that you can change, and that's where I think you can play an important role, helping people see what they can do, not trying to convince them, just showing. That's why those very general statements, oh no, come on, you can do this. Those are not enough, but showing, you've done this. What does that mean? If you've done this, you could do that. And then leave it to them. There is a third piece, which is doing this going to help me change the way I want to? And there are some people who think that running has nothing to do with anything else, and that's not going to help in anything. So for some people, that is not going to be the best way to change. So that's what it is. But for many, I think it is going to be. And even if they begin for another reason, I would not care very much. Doesn't matter why they start running. But if they start and they start seeing those benefits, that is going to become a very, very helpful way of pulling their strengths starting to increase their sense of I am capable of other things. There is more to me. And these people appreciate and they count on me. And I'm actually contributing to the group. So, but again, it's not going to be the case for everybody, and I think I wouldn't try to make it the solution for everybody, of course. But understanding that if those things are present, the chances are much better. And that I think the task that you are doing, and particularly your consistency, the fact that, I mean, I think probably the worst thing is when, one volunteer shows up once and then they don't show up again, and that's also a problem in volunteer organizations. But in the end, that is damaging because it conveys you're not important enough for me to stick around. And that's the piece that is actually hurtful. So when, volunteers that you make a commitment and then make a commitment to come in the middle of the week and listen to a talk, that's a pretty strong commitment. But the danger is when people just think, oh, what a great idea, I'm going to go do this, and then 2 weeks, they show 2 weeks and they never come again. That message, in the end, is more damaging. Particularly if you were to work with younger adults. But in general, for everybody, it's important. So, I commend you. I think that you're doing a very exciting job, and we're actually going to think some ways of making it more known. I was telling Randy that I'm going to try to write about it for the newsletter of the Division of Sports Psychology, and try to get some more people in the sports psychology community interested, and maybe even see if we can do some research and show those actual benefits and things like that. So it's a good thing. And overall, I mean, I'd be glad to answer any questions, but I think I want to hear